my daughter, who I love dearly, but she is one lazy, sorry, using person.
What did she do?
So she didn't have to. I let her move into my house 3 years ago, and she got 2 twin boys. She does nothing to support. Our agreement was that she would pay $400.
We never had no agreement. We ain't never had no agreement.
$400 on rent.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Faye Foster. Excuse me. We will not have any outbursts like that.
We just gonna sit here and let her say whatever she wants to say.
I'm just going to sit here and let her say what she wants to while I'm speaking to her. And when it's your turn, I will allow you the opportunity to do the same thing. Okay. There will be no more outbursts.
Yes,
we're clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, so we agreed that she would pay $400 a month, plus she would pay $275 a month, so I'll put her kids.
Wait, her mom is paying for the kids' insurance too. This just keeps getting more absurd. How can she sit back and let her mom cover $275 a month while she keeps making excuses? She swore she'd pay her back, but surprise, surprise, she hasn't. If she's making money from braiding hair and working, there's absolutely no reason she shouldn't be handling her own children's expenses. It's completely unfair for her mom to shoulder the financial load while she clings to every dollar she earns. That's not just selfish, it's downright irresponsible.
She may be giving me a total in 3 months of $200. It's always some excuse why she couldn't pay. And I said, and I told her, I'm on a fixed income, you know, and I'm doing all this for you and the kids. I'm buying the food, paying the electricity, you know. I'm the one get up and take them to school in the morning while she sleep, you know, and she has a job. Plus she does braiding people's hair on the weekend.
Where does she work? What does she do?
She works at a telecommunication company.
Okay.
And I think she said she's a customer service somebody thing, but
she braids hair on the side.
Ma'am.
You say she braids hair on the side?
Yes, she does. In my back room.
All right.
And her clients come in, she give her clients snacks and stuff I done bought for the kids, and just like she done bought something. So I told her, you gonna have to start doing better.
All right.
And she told me.
Wait a minute, Miss Faye Foster, let me stop you really quickly.
Okay.
You said she braids hair in the home. Do you know how much money she makes roughly on average a month?
Well, I know she charges about $300 to $400 depending on the length of your hair. Mm-hmm. And she normally on the weekend do at least 3 to 4 heads.
Okay.
So I would say on the average, if we just do the lower end of it, she probably makes about $1,200 on a Saturday. And sometimes she does it on Sunday, but most of the time it's on Saturday, all day Saturday.
So about $1,200 every week.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. Keep going. Continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue.
Okay. So I told her, I said, well, you can give me some of that, you know, to help out. And on you living here and me taking care of the kids, and I'm using the gas to go take them to their soccer practice and to their football practice. And she tells me, you their grandmother.
She actually told her mom, that's your job, when asked about taking care of her own kids. That has to be one of the most entitled things I've ever heard. Her mom already raised her. Now she's supposed to raise her grandkids too. Grandparents aren't automatic babysitters or built-in parents. Yet, here her mom is, covering rent, food, insurance, and everything else, while she just coasts along like it's not even her responsibility. That's not just selfish, it's outright disrespectful.
My grandkids, so I hate for them to be without just because their mama is trifling.
Okay. All right. So we're going to not name call either, okay? I understand I understand your emotions are high. It's not a problem. I understand.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I understand exactly how you feel. I know what you're saying. It's plenty of grandmothers coming to this court feel exactly the same way that you do. I just ask that, you know, you just be respectful to one another.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
That's okay. Now, how old are the twins?
The twins are 10.
All right. And you said they're boys?
They're boys, 2 boys.
All right. Are they involved in any kind of extracurricular activities?
Yes, they play football and they play soccer and basketball.
All right. And does mom help out with any of that?
No. She always said, well, go ahead and pay their fees and I give it back to you. But I never get it back.
She lives in the home. Does she actually live there, or does she just sleep there and she lives somewhere else?
No, she lives there and she sleeps somewhere else. Every night, you know. But that's why she was supposed to be paying me $400 for them to live there.
Okay.
Because she got put out of her last place. So I said, okay, you can come home, but you know, I'm on a fixed income, so if you give me $400 a month. And then she said, okay. And I think she may have paid $200 one time, and that's it.
All right. Are
And
the
then
children on health insurance or anything?
Mm-hmm. And then, ma'am?
Are the children on health insurance or anything?
The children, I put them in insurance because I asked her, do you have insurance on these kids? And she said, I can't afford it. So I said, well, they need insurance. They playing sports and stuff, and they get sick, and we don't have out of public. So I got insurance, and she agreed that she would pay me back each month what I had to pay for insurance.
How much do you pay for the children only?
The children only is $275.
$275. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I know you, and I just need her to do the right thing. I just need her to do the right thing, and hope you can make her do the right thing.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can make her. You know, I can only do what the law allows, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you a question about the living arrangements.
Yes.
You said this was supposed to be temporary?
It was supposed to be temporary until she found her a place to stay that they can afford. But it's been 3 years, and
3 years under her mom's roof, and she still hasn't found a place of her own. At this point, it's not temporary, it's just freeloading. Her mom took her in to help her get back on her feet, but instead of making progress, she's full of excuses about rent and deposits. Meanwhile, she has both a job and a side hustle bringing in money. So why hasn't she saved anything? If she had put aside even a fraction of what her mom has spent on her and the kids, she could have moved out by now. It's ridiculous how comfortable she is putting in zero effort. Where's the self-respect?
keep saying, well, I don't have the money to get a place that's nice enough for me and the boys, and that I can afford, and then people want a high deposit and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, but I need you to help out, you know, and that's fine, because you can't live nowhere else for $400.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
Yes, Your Honor. She, you know, she's always gone.
Not only does she dump all the responsibility on her mom, but she's barely around for her own kids. It's genuinely heartbreaking. While her mom stays home, taking care of the children, she's out hanging with friends or spending time with some guy. At this point, who's the real parent here? The grandmother or the mother? It's shocking how disconnected she is from her own duties. Her mom never signed up for this, yet she's the one playing both caretaker and provider, while her daughter acts like she has no obligations at all. It's more than just unfair. It's a complete betrayal of trust and family.
She got to be with a man and kick it, and so, you know, I was like, you're not even trying to be a part of these kids' life. You just want to be fancy free and let somebody else take care of your kids. So,
okay.
You know, that, you know.
Okay, so
it's just too much.
Can I move over to her, or is there anything else?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay. Now, you have the opportunity to let me know what you want me to know, respectfully. So, I mean, what's all that about? The huffing, puffing? And
because she's lying. She's telling half-truths and sitting over there in her Christian outfit like everything she's saying is the gospel. Yes, me and my children did move in with her 3 years ago, but what she didn't say was, it's because I had a tragic divorce with my ex-husband, who her and her church members just wanted me to marry this guy because he was so churchly and good, and he ended up being the devil. And in our divorce, he wiped us clean.
Okay.
And my credit was messed up. He took all the money and he left. and he did all of that, and so it left us devastated. So my mother said that it was cool for us to come and stay with her while I get things together, and
so let me
get back on our feet.
I understand all of that, but let me ask you a question. Just to fill in the gaps, right? So is it true what she said that you're supposed to give her $400?
No, that was never an agreement.
Okay, hold on. So was there any agreement for you to give her any money to financially support your children?
She said to.
No, that was a yes or no.
Not in that way. Not in that way.
So explain the way.
So when we talked initially, before even moving in, it was y'all just come, just take your time, get yourself together. I got you guys. I got my grandbabies, who she was very instrumental in. I want grandbabies. 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 So I'm giving you the opportunity.
She's instrumental in wanting grandbabies, that means that she has to take care of them too?
It doesn't mean she has to take. I'm saying she's not telling the full story how it is. It was never an agreement on a dollar amount of being able to help. It's just do what you can when you can.
So was there ever an agreement for it to be a temporary situation?
Well, yes.
You'd agree with me that 3 years is no longer temporary, right?
I would say it's no longer temporary, but in the moments where I would say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I can to see what I can to get. It was her, the one that was talking about, oh, that's not a good place for my grandbabies. You don't need to take them over there. And I worry about y'all's safety over there, and that's too far, and that'll be taking them out of their environment.
So are you, and please just stop beating on the table.
I'm sorry.
All of that is not necessary. I can assure you it's not.
Just emotional a little bit.
I understand. Y'all need to calm down, all right?
I can't believe I'm even here. This is ridiculous.
Well, this is where you come when you want some relief. When you are wanting certain things to happen, you come to court to take care of it. It's unfortunate that the two of you couldn't work it out because you're mother and daughter. But this is where you...
It's wild that things had to escalate all the way to court. Imagine being so irresponsible that your own mother has to take legal action just to force you to do the bare minimum. And the fact that she's still making excuses shows she doesn't even see the issue. At some point, even family has limits. You can't expect your mom to put her own life on hold forever. Those kids deserve stability, and let's be real. The only reason they have it is because of grandma, not their mom. If she doesn't change her mindset, her kids will grow up thinking this kind of neglect is normal. Honestly, this shouldn't even be a legal matter. It's just basic responsibility.
What the situation is, when I was working, which she knows at this point that there was a huge layoff because of COVID and why I started doing hair in the first place to try and make amends. So for her to sit over here talking about, oh, I got all these jobs and I got all this finance coming in at this point, it's just ridiculous. And it just shows to, just how low she'll stoop to how she behaves and how she acts.
But she letting you live for free. She's been allowing you to do it for 3 years. She pays for everything for your children. She feeds your children. She takes them to school. She pays for health insurance. She's literally doing everything. You're doing nothing.
But that's her story. I'm doing more than so. I'm doing exactly what I can. I cook, I clean, I do what the stuff she asked me to do for church.
Hold on. Cooking and cleaning for a house that you reside in, you don't get any credit for that, okay? You should do those things, right? But in terms of your children, what are you doing? Because she said she's doing it all, everything I just named off.
Her mom is doing everything, feeding the kids, getting them to school, paying for their health insurance, and even covering their sports costs. Yet, the daughter has the nerve to act like cooking and cleaning, somehow make up for all that. That's not contributing. That's just basic respect when you're staying in someone else's home. Meanwhile, her mom is on a fixed income, single-handedly keeping the household running, while her daughter sits back and makes excuses. The entitlement is off the charts. She's not just falling short, she's blatantly taking advantage of her own mother, and it's beyond